Tornadoes in the history of mankind. The elements have always been and remain a formidable force, capable of changing the fate of people and the appearance of entire cities in a matter of minutes. One of the most frightening phenomena of nature are tornadoes, powerful vortex columns, capable of destroying everything in their path. In this article, we will tell you about the most destructive tornadoes in the history of mankind, their consequences and lessons learned. Floods in the central U.S. have killed 16 people. In Kentucky, a 9-year-old boy was a victim of the elements after being swept away by floodwaters. In the city of Little Rock, which is located in the state of Arkansas, a 5-year-old child died due to weather conditions. Also, several people became victims of tornadoes in the southwest of Tennessee. Natural disasters in the United States began back in early April. To this day, bad weather threatens 9 more states, including Missouri, Texas, and Indiana. There is a possibility of large-scale flooding in the state of Memphis, and there is also a risk of tornadoes in Texas. The threat of high winds and flooding has been declared in the states of Alabama, Oklahoma, Ohio, and Michigan, which are in the path of the weather. The scale of the devastation is staggering. Tornadoes, dust storms, and wildfires hit the U.S., killing at least 40 people. The state of Missouri was hit hardest by the elements. In Kansas, a dust storm caused a crash involving 50 vehicles. At least 8 people were killed. In Texas, 4 people became victims of car accidents. A dust storm caused 38 vehicles to collide. A series of tornadoes began in the United States late last week. Wind gusts of up to 80 miles per hour affected a region of more than 100 million people. Devastating tornadoes have swept across the central U.S., posing a rare threat. Dangerous storms are sweeping east. Intense and violent tornadoes have destroyed homes and farms in Missouri and Arkansas and toppled a radio tower in Indiana. About 14 million people are under a tornado watch from Ohio to Mississippi. A once-in-a-lifetime flooding event. Devastating tornadoes have struck the United States. Missouri and Tennessee were most affected. Strong winds tore roofs off houses, overturned cars, and felled trees. Power lines collapsed. More than 200,000 people are without power. One of the victims ran his car over a power cable lying on the ground. Several people died after their trailers overturned due to strong winds. The elements have always been and remain a formidable force, capable of changing the fate of people and the appearance of entire cities in a matter of minutes. One of the most frightening phenomena of nature are tornadoes, powerful whirling columns, capable of destroying everything in their path. In this article, we will tell you about the most destructive tornadoes in the history of mankind, their consequences and lessons learned. What are tornadoes and why are they so dangerous? A tornado is an atmospheric vortex that forms as a result of the collision of warm and cold air. Outwardly, it resembles a giant funnel descending from a cloud to the ground. Its speed can reach 500 kilometers per hour, and its diameter up to several kilometers. The danger of a tornado lies in its destructive power. This natural phenomenon is capable of turning houses into ruins, uprooting trees, and even lifting cars into the air in seconds. The most destructive tornadoes in history. 1. Tri-State Tornado. USA, March 18, 1925. This tornado is considered the deadliest in U.S. history. It passed through 3 states, Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, leaving behind a 352-kilometer-long trail of destruction. Casualties: at least 747 people. Injured: more than 2,298 people. Devastation: hundreds of homes destroyed, towns virtually wiped off the map. The tornado moved at incredible speed and remained on the ground for more than 3.5 hours, making it unique in duration. 2. Delta Persituria, Bangladesh, April 26, 1989. This tornado was the deadliest in world history. It swept through densely populated areas of Bangladesh, where most houses were made of lightweight materials, adding to the devastation. Casualties: about 1,300 people. Injured: 12,000 people. Devastation: tens of thousands of homes destroyed. More than 80,000 people left homeless. The impact of the disaster emphasized the Vulnerability of developing countries to natural disasters. 3. Tornado in Joplin, USA, May 22, 2011. One of the most destructive tornadoes of the 21st century. It struck the city of Joplin, Missouri. 4. Tornado Super Series, USA, April 3rd to 4th, 1974. This event went down in history as the Super Tornado Outbreak. Over the course of 2 days, more than 148 tornadoes, including several of the most powerful F5 category, were spawned across the United States. This event went down in history as the Super Tornado Outbreak. In 2 days, more than 148 tornadoes, including several of the most powerful Category F5 tornadoes, were spawned across the United States. Casualties, 335 people. Devastation, thousands of buildings destroyed. Damage estimated in billions of dollars. This disaster demonstrated the need to introduce early warning systems and develop shelters. Each devastating tornado is a reminder of how fragile human life is in the face of the elements. But such disasters motivate us to improve forecasting technology, strengthen warning systems, and improve building standards. Developed countries, such as the United States, now have effective public preparedness programs in place, from school safety lessons to regular drills. In developing countries, the need for such measures is still a challenge. A tornado is an uncontrollable force of nature that can change the lives of thousands of people in minutes. But mankind is learning to counter this threat by improving technology, infrastructure, and warning systems. May these stories not only be a reason for us to reflect on the power of nature, but also a reminder that our safety depends largely on our actions. Tornadoes and storms in the states of Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, and Texas threaten approximately 138 million people. In addition, extreme weather conditions have already led to the spread of wildfires. More than 100 fires have been reported in these areas. In the areas that have already faced the blows of the elements, large-scale destruction of houses and buildings, power supply disruptions have been recorded. More than 300,000 consumers remain without light. A tornado has destroyed hundreds of homes in the U.S. state of Missouri. The American state of Missouri was hit by a powerful tornado. In the town of Warwick, whose population is only 1,000 people, almost 300 houses were damaged. That's 80% of all city buildings. The tornado tore trees out of the ground, overturned dozens of cars, cut power lines. People were left without electricity. Is Missouri in a tornado zone? As a colloquial term, there are no clearly defined boundaries of Tornado Alley. But the area common to most definitions extends from Texas through Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Arkansas, North Dakota, Montana, Ohio, and eastern Colorado. What should you do if a tornado is coming at you? As a rule, tornadoes are not too wide, so you can try to move to the side, perpendicular to its movement. That if the vortex is rapidly approaching you, you should lie on the ground, but it is not safe to hide from the tornado in a car.